all of us, every one of us, to fight campus sexual assault. You are not alone, and we have your back, and we are going to organize campus by campus, city by city, state by state, this entire country.
Hello everyone, my name is Nathan. Welcome to my channel, The Law Guide. So, in the last class, I spoke about the affidavit evidence, and in this class, I'll be speaking on rape. You see, rape is a criminal offense, and not just a criminal offense, but an offense which can be seen as a capital offense. In order for an act to be said to be a crime, there are two elements which should be in place, and that is the actus reus and the mens rea. The actus reus can be seen as the act itself, the act of committing the crime, and the mens rea can be seen as the intent of the mind, what the mind intends to carry out. So, rape. What is rape? Rape is a type of sexual assault, usually involving sexual intercourse or other forms of sexual penetration. So it's not just the organs coming together, but also other forms of sexual penetration carried out against a person without the person's consent. You see, consent is very, very important in this topic, because without consent, then rape is in place. The act may be carried out by physical force, coercion, abuse of authority, or against a person who is incapable of giving valid consent. Example of such persons that cannot give valid consent is one who is unconscious, one who is incapacitated, has an intellectual disability, who doesn't know what is happening, or who doesn't know the action that is done to him or her, or below the legal age of consent, that is the minors. You see, some people can actually give consent, they just don't know what is happening, so what are they giving consent for? And it is considered a statutory rape when one goes to rape someone who is below the legal age of giving consent. It is seen as statutory rape according to the law. Age of consent varies, though most jurisdictions set the age of consent in the range of 14 to 18. But see, here in Nigeria, for one to give consent, that person has to be 18 years of age. People who have been raped, most times, you see, they're traumatized and develop post-traumatic stress disorder. Serious injuries can also result along with the risk of pregnancy and sexual transmitted infections. A person who commits this offense can be seen as a rapist. The perpetrator of this offense, or the offender, or the person committing this offense, can be seen as a rapist. Classification of rape, very important. Number one, date rape. As the name implies, is a type of rape in which there has been some sort of romantic or sexual relationship between the two parties. So although there have been romantic and sexual relationship, but this time sexual intercourse took place without the other person's consent, so it is a date rape. Now, number two, acquaintance rape. These include rapes in which the victim have been in a non-romantic, and this point is a non-romantic or a non-sexual relationship. For example, the co-workers, workers in the company or something, having sex, or neighbors, they have no sexual relationship. In fact, this time around is an official or a work relationship. Number three, gang rape. Gang rape occurs when a group of people participate in the rape of a single person. Once it starts becoming 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that is gang rape against just one victim. Number four, we have marital rape. This is the act of a sexual intercourse with one spouse without the spouse's consent. The lack of consent is the essential element and need not involve violence where spouse who are married, we all know yes they are married, but then this time around without the consent, it results to rape. When one forces himself or herself on the other, it results to rape. We have the incestual rape. This is a sexual activity uh, between family members or close relatives, family members having sex with each other, but this time around it is rape and without consent. That is number five. Also, we have the child sexual abuse. This is a form of sexual abuse in which an adult uses a child for sexual stimulation. Example, engaging in sexual activities with a child, where you see older persons having sex with a child, which obviously doesn't have the capacity to give consent, it is automatically called a rape. And number six is number six can be seen as prison. So you can see prison rape. Prison rape occurs in prisons, as the name implies. It refers to rape of inmates by other inmates and also inmates by the prison officers or officials. Lastly, we have war rape. War rape is rape or sexual violence committed by combatants during armed conflicts, war, or military occupations, often as spoils of war. It sometimes includes gang rape and rape with objects. You must have heard of stories where communities, a group of people, countries come together and go against each other, into a war, and then the group of people, community or so, get to win the other, and then the other surrenders. They go in to pick their spouse and all, and together they pick their women and have sex with their women, and obviously, without the consent of those women, and we can see that as rape. You see, consent is very essential in this topic. It can't be done without, as in, it can be expressed either verbally or impliedly. Some people think that consent simply means the woman should say no, I don't want, or yes. Well, it can also be done impliedly by the action of the woman or the man, as the case may be. Thank you.